As a Black and brown bisexual woman, I want to be somebody that younger boys and girls look up to. And for me, that means living authentically myself. So this tattoo is a blossoming rose, and to me that signifies coming into who you are. I was born in Long Island and I moved to Florida when I was 7 and then went back and forth for a couple years to visit both parents. I come from an athletic family and I was always at the softball field, throwing on the side, watching my cousins play. One day my cousin told my dad to just throw me in Little League. And from there I was just having fun as a kid. And then I went into travel ball and I just had fun playing with my best friends. And not only did I love to play, but I was so competitive. I loved to be on the field with my teammates and win ball games. And I think that in itself was my drive to become a better player. This one symbolizes growth, coming out of your shell and really just accepting yourself. When I look back at my experience within my tight circle, I realized that I did have my tribe. And those are the people that truly cared about me and accepted me and loved me for who I am. The first time I actually came out was with my high school softball team. I hadn't even told my parents that I was bisexual. I felt a level of trust with my team. It wasn't until I was dating someone in high school that I texted my dad. I said, hey, just want to let you know. And he's like, okay, I love you. I went to a school that was not necessarily accepting of who I am or what I look like, but on the softball field, that didn't matter. So I'm grateful that I had a support system who loved me from the very start. I've definitely experienced hate now that I look back at. I'm like, whoa, they said that to me? I had a lot of people comment on pictures or private message me like, oh, I don't want my daughter to watch you anymore because you're kissing a female and I don't want my daughter to be like that. And it's sickening, it's disheartening, it's sad. People should love who they love and that shouldn't affect whether or not your daughter looks up to somebody. My first tattoo I got on my spine. Did it hurt? Absolutely. It was the worst thing ever. I love it though. It says accept what you cannot change and change what you cannot accept. The key on my index finger signifies the key to life, the key to my life. I hold the power to be who I want in this life, to strive for what I want, to obtain the goals that I have. A lot of my tattoos signify growth, and I think that is just the theme of most of my tattoos. When I got to UF, I had high hopes of playing shortstop when I wasn't pitching. I had a meeting with Coach Walton and I was like, hey, I want to play more. I want to do more than just pitch. We drew a depth chart of who would play shortstop. So the first person was our starting shortstop, Kenny Medina. Second person, Kelsey Stewart. Guess who the third person was? Alberta, our mascot. And then it was me. And he's like, okay, you got to work hard. You got to put extra time in. My sophomore year, as people were kind of going through the ebbs and flows of their own hitting career, I got to pinch hit. And I proved myself and also stayed consistent on the field to then going into my junior year, playing primarily in right field and then coming into third base. And then my senior year, where I kind of did it all. I think my sophomore, junior year, which one was like, do you want to play after college? And I was like, absolutely, I want to play after college. I want to play as long as I can. My mom had actually taken me to a professional softball game. I'd watched Natasha Watley play for the USA team, Tariah Flowers, Kat Osterman, but nowhere in my plan did I consider professional softball. I was so excited to play pro and to be able to say that I'm a professional athlete. My rookie year, I took all that I could take and I was grateful for it. $5,000 was the base salary for 3 months of play, which is absurd. But I was grateful to just be there and to be able to play post-college. And then moving on to just learning more, to understanding what we deserve. I feel like I started saying no. There were times in my career I had to go back and forth with ownership to be able to tell them what we deserve, not what you think we deserve, but what we actually deserve. Because it's one thing to say that you support women's sports, but it's another thing to back them. If we're getting viewership deals, why aren't we getting paid? It is so important to me to be an ambassador for our sport, to get the things that we might not have today, the equal pay, the resources. We want more. We want to be seen, we want to be heard because we matter. I want to leave this sport better than how it was when I entered it. I feel like it's my obligation to fight for what I believe in. I think my second one was on my trap. We won a national championship in 2015, so the date is June 3rd, 2015. It reminds me of all the work that I put in. My numbers right here, I got them tattooed because I've been 8 and 4 throughout my whole career, so for me, these are very special numbers. This next one is one of my favorites because it says Jalen, and that's my little sister's name. She is 2. She is one of the greatest blessings in my life. This one, I really only got to cover up a scar on my hand, but like I'm obsessed with it. This right here on my thigh, it says be where your feet are. And I think that's extremely important to just have a reminder to be present in the moment.